obviously finally getting over the hump and getting that first road win in conference.
Yeah, went on the first trip, first to Liberty. Wasn't really pleased with the way we responded as far as following the game plan. And as a coach, you're going to take credit for that because nothing's been taught until it's been learned, and nothing's been learned until it's been taught. So thought we went over a game plan the exact same game plan we went over at home against them, and we just didn't execute it. I felt like in no way. I think we had a moment there in the second half where we brought it to about 11 or 12, where we had a group that was really locking into the game plan and worked out, and then we subbed and we didn't get anything out of our guys that we brought back in the game, and so I was disappointed in that one, in that loss. But then, we had to find a way to get a split on the road, so we turned the page really quick, started focusing on our next opponent. My whole thought was let's get them as much rest as possible. Anytime you go to FIU on the second day, it's been a trap for a lot of teams. I can remember Sam Houston went down there the second day last year and lost in the heat of the conference race. And so we got there, we rested as much as possible, we got them off their feet as much as possible, did a lot of meeting room learning, and then it translated to a win that game. So I was pretty proud about that.
Do you anticipate Bates will stay in the starting lineup?
We're trying to figure that out now, to be honest. I just want to do what's best for the team going forward. It wasn't a move that I anticipated making at this point because he was playing really good off the bench. I didn't want to give him more than he could handle. But I thought it came at the right time because with the way FIU plays, they press, they get up in you, and putting 2 point guards out there in the absence of Jordan Crawford, I felt could help us, and it did.
So how valuable is it in this conference where you can have multiple guards at a given point that can handle the ball? Just knowing the amount of teams that want to get up on you and create turnovers, create havoc. Like, obviously we know what Sean does, but obviously teams are going to game plan against him when you have multiple guys that can just kind of throw the ball to in direct traffic. It seems like that's a valuable piece to have.
No doubt. I think, we've been in here talking about two of our Achilles heels, which has been turnovers and rebounding, and I feel like trying to figure out ways to help ourselves in those categories. And I think playing multiple guards together has helped that. I mean, usually teams try to take Sean away, and we have him out there with some forward-type players and one other guard. And it's lighting the load of not only them, but, it's lighting the load of Amari Abrams. He can be more of a playmaker offensively, shoot the ball instead of worrying about handling and helping Sean out with those tasks. And so we're going to continue to go with it. In what way, I don't know. We've had 3 point guards on the floor with Jordan at times. And so we're going to just try to find ways to win basketball games.
It's exactly 1 month before the conference tournament. If there's one area that you could pinpoint that we got to improve this to give ourselves the best chance possible of winning the tournament, what would it be?
We have to get better defensively. And I keep saying that, and I think people think it's cliche. One, we have to hold people to one shot now. And the last time we lost to Kennesaw, they had 13 offensive rebounds. Like, that sticks with me. That's one thing we have to do. And then we got to be better in transition. Like, we turn the ball over and give people transition points. So if we take care of the ball, don't give them easy points, make them play against a set defense and rebound their first miss, we give ourselves a chance to win a lot of games. And we haven't been great. And when we're great in one area, we kind of struggle in the other two. And so we got to put all those things together this month.
Facing two teams that you've lost by 2 points each time at their place. Second time around, I imagine it's going to be another dogfight against two really physical teams.
No, I definitely think it's going to be a dogfight. I'm hoping and praying that we go in with our full team. We didn't have our full team on that road trip. We lost Al the night before the Jacksonville game, and Jordan was bothered by a hamstring at that point. But they've been in practice, and they both look like they're good to go. So I just want another shot at them. You always go on the road and you struggle sometimes, and you want to get those guys back at home. Not that you think it's going to be a given or anything, but you just the comfort of your own bed, your own gym, your own fans. You would just love to get a crack at some people that way. I can remember I said last year when we left Grand Canyon after that tough loss, I would love to have them back in attack, and the conference blessed me with that opportunity. And so I feel that way about every team. I just want them to have to come here too. We go there, come back here, and let's throw the ball up.
Ben?
Coach, back to the point about defense. This team your team hasn't forced a whole lot of turnovers. When you look at that, well, I guess from your standpoint, what's the reasoning behind that? Knowing that you have been a pretty good defense in terms of first shot defense, but you're just not forcing lot of turnovers.
You know, I think turnovers are a byproduct of being in the right place. Like, turnovers aren't something that people force. You don't see a lot of like one-on-one steal the ball turnovers. Turnovers are people throwing passes and the guys in the right defensive position. I think our guys are still learning where they're supposed to be a lot of the times. And so, you know, I always tell our team, they'll throw the ball to you if you just get to the right place. And a testament to that is, like, you think about last year's team where Isaiah would be on the midline, they would throw it, and with his long arms, he'd just reach up and grab the ball, and we'd be able to go. So I think a lot of people think it's a pressure thing, but it's not really a pressure thing. It's a being in the right place, rotating at the right time, having active hands out where they throw balls that you get a tip on, and once it gets tipped, my teammates in the right place so we can get in and go another. And I don't feel we're in the right places all the time. I just alluded to us not really being great and following the game plan at Liberty. We did that here. And we had success in the game playing here, but we went up there and we played a completely different way. And I have to figure that out why we did that as a coach, and hopefully it could push us to get better. But defensively, we got to keep working on it. Remember, we're a lot less experienced than we were. I think the game was slowed down for a lot of those guys last year. This year, the game's not as slow. I think the game is really fast for some of our guys. And so we got to find a way to slow the game down for them to get their legs moving, be able to use their athleticism, but not let them think so much.
Are you seeing Amari Abram offensively? Like, I think he seems to be zeroing in on what the team needs of him on the offensive end. I think, you know, it's been a month or so on the defensive side, you know, sort of carving out his identity, but these last few games he's really come on offensively.
Yeah, I think it's more of he's seeing success in what we're telling him. Yeah. You know, at first, you know, young people, it's like, you know, they are like show me more than you can tell me. And I think that the things that we've shown him that he's done, that we've asked him to do, have given him success. And then I think he feels good about the process of the ball going in, and once he does that, you can tell he's repeating the process. And so I don't think it's anything but him buying in completely and fully, and that's where we're at in this day and age. You get kids, and hopefully you can keep them longer than 8 months, but you got them for short periods of time, and he hasn't been anywhere over a year. And so now he's here, and we're the third place he's been in a year that he has to believe or not believe. And hopefully we've shown that we believe in him and that he can buy, and that we just want him to be better, be the best player he can be, because we think he's dynamic when he's bought in. And when he's doing the things we feel like he's great at, he looks unbelievable, and we want him to keep growing in that area.
Anything else, Ben?
Good.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.